Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to our channel as we dive into tons of hidden gem movies ready to premiere. Want to watch the full movie? Get a lifetime subscription to a popular streaming service for just $1.99. Link in the description. The film begins with a fierce boxing match. Ramón Alvia, nicknamed the Tiger, steps into the ring, fighting for the South American Championship. The commentators are on edge. The champion is injured, they exclaim as the bout inches toward its climax. Despite showing signs of wear, Ramón relies on his experience to deliver a crushing uppercut, knocking down his opponent and sealing his victory. The crowd roars with excitement as Ramón is crowned champion. At the victory party, his family and team toast his success. Champion of champions, they cheer. His wife, Karina, looks at him with pride, calling him her champion. Yet, beneath the surface of their celebratory smiles, there's an unspoken tension, a disconnect between Ramón's career and his family life. Back at home, family life seems routine. Ramón's children playfully bicker while Karina reminds him of their plans to install air conditioning in their store. But Ramón's mind is elsewhere. The glory of his victory feels hollow. His family encourages him to settle into retirement, but Ramón is uneasy, unable to let go of his boxing identity. Unable to stay away from the ring, Ramón returns to his old gym. Familiar faces greet him warmly, but it's a newcomer, Deborah, who catches his attention. Deborah, a 25-year-old aspiring boxer, radiates determination and raw energy. Ramón watches her train, her youthful drive awakening something inside him that he thought he'd lost. Ramón formally introduces himself to Deborah after a training session. "Do you know who I am?" he asks. She responds with a coy confidence, sparking an immediate connection between them. Deborah's ambition and boldness fascinate Ramón, reminding him of his own younger years when the world of boxing was full of endless possibilities. As Deborah's presence in the gym becomes more prominent, Ramón begins to feel drawn to her in ways he cannot fully explain. She starts to challenge him, not just as a fighter, but as someone willing to push boundaries. Their dynamic evolves, and Deborah becomes a growing influence on Ramón, both professionally and personally. Deborah asks Ramón what drives him to continue boxing. "Why do you practice boxing?" she probes. His answer is revealing, "Because I like to hit." His words reflect a deeper, more complicated relationship with the sport, a blend of passion, survival, and self-destruction. At home, Karina grows suspicious of Ramón's behavior. One night, after he comes home late, she confronts him. "Where were you last night?" she asks. Ramón deflects, claiming he was with his team, but his evasiveness only fuels her doubts. The growing divide between them becomes harder to ignore. Ramón meets with his manager, Nucci, and makes a bold announcement. "I don't want to retire yet." Despite his age and warnings from those around him, Ramón refuses to step away from the sport that defines him. For him, boxing is more than a career. It's his identity. Deborah's influence over Ramón becomes undeniable. She challenges him, pushing boundaries and taking control in their interactions. "If you stay here, you have to be mine," she declares at one point. Their relationship grows increasingly intense, marked by a volatile mix of power, ambition, and control. Ramón's connection with Deborah begins to strain his relationships at the gym. When a trainer questions why he's spending so much time sparring with her, Ramón defends her abilities. "She's good," he insists. But the unease among his peers is evident as they notice his growing fixation on the young fighter. At home, Karina reaches her breaking point. She confronts Ramón about his behavior and their faltering relationship. "Why are you doing this to me?" she cries. "I gave everything to be with you." Her pain is evident, a stark reminder of the sacrifices she's made for their marriage and the life they've built together. Ramón participates in an exhibition match arranged by Nucci. The event is intended as a fundraiser and an opportunity for Ramón to prove he still has what it takes. But the match is grueling, and Ramón struggles to recapture the glory of his prime. The crowd cheers, but the toll on his body and spirit is clear. Deborah opens up about her troubled past. She shares that her father was also a boxer, but met a tragic end. He was killed by the police, she reveals, her voice tinged with bitterness. This moment sheds light on her drive and resilience, helping Ramón understand the pain and determination that fuel her ambitions. Determined to reclaim his place in the boxing world, Ramon makes a bold demand. He insists on a high-profile fight and pushes for Deborah to compete in the undercard, showcasing her skills. His obsession with both Deborah and the sport reaches its peak, blurring the line between his personal and professional ambitions. The climactic fight arrives. Deborah wins her match, proving her talent and determination. But Ramon's performance falters. Despite his relentless effort, age and physical limitations take their toll. He loses the fight, a sobering reminder that his prime is long behind him. After the fight, Ramon faces the weight of his choices. "I lost everything because of you," he tells Deborah, his voice filled with anguish. The affair that once reignited his passion has cost him his family, career, and sense of self. In the final moments of the film, Ramon pleads with Deborah. "Let's have a beautiful life together," he says, desperate to hold on to her. But Deborah, recognizing the toxicity of their relationship, chooses to walk away. Ramon is left alone, the echoes of his desperation fading into silence.